Well, hello, welcome to my page. I'm Dr. Princess-Odilia. I am here and so excited that you're here. I am the Hermit, 21st century Hermit. I want you to check out the Happiness Collection. And also, don't forget to check out the playlist that talks about my journey after being put in the house, safe in a house with God for 8.5 months. Just doing what God asked me to do, healing my wounded heart, dealing with my shadow. I was caressed after going through years of being gaslit, mentally abused by family and so-called friends that were around me. And I had a visit one night with my angel, my guardian angel, Philip. Yeah, angels can come like they did years ago, right? And I've been on this excursion. And then after about 8.5 months, the divine, after caressing me every day, coaching me through my healing process, it was actually like romantic. In a space where I was protected despite the threats against my life. I was guided. Don't worry about all that. Pay attention to me. In the mornings, I was awakened by, you ready to connect? I'd get up. Sometimes I'm in the beginning. I was real, just what in the world is going on type-ish. But I was willing to do whatever it took. One, to never go through another day of being any kind of abuse. But two, no matter what. No, let's say number one, no matter what. I choose God. It's always been my motto. No matter what, God, I choose you. 10 toes down, I choose you. If I have nothing, if I don't have 2 nickels to rub together or nobody to ride with me by my side, I choose you. One thing that my angel informed me of in January 2024. See, when you spend time with the divine, you know how the divine feels. You know how the divine rolls. It is what it is. The divine is the divine, baby. And this particular day, when the energy of my guardian angel showed up, I knew it wasn't God, it was different. So I said, who are you? And once you spend a lot of time, like I said, with the divine, you know the divine, and you know those who are clairvoyant. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm that close with the spirit realm. That was clarified to me, and it was made very clear to me. It's time. It is time. And there's no time to waste. It was made clear to me of just an idea, I'll say, because what I found out later was something else. But hey, it was made very clear to me that, baby, anything that is not along with the vibration, it's got to go. I was glad to let it go because, hey, listen, God, I choose you. I don't care what, okay? That part. The journey has been amazing, super amazing. I've been able to discover myself, my freedom, aspects of me I had no idea of. Reminded of the spiritual warrior that I was apparently in past lives and the goal of the soul, the real meaning of it all. Okay. And the truth of who we call God. How real God is within us all, within the life force of us all. I want you to check out berealpublishing.com. I want you to check out some of the pictures and the photos that I'm also going to share here on YouTube for you guys to see the magic in the sky, the signs that the divine gives us that is so amazing in our journeys and in our life, the truth of who we are. So this morning, it was interesting as I was having this wonderful moment of silence, actually, with the divine. And I was thinking about some things and thinking about how real the divine is. And I asked this question. I'm like, God, are you gangster? Like, God is gangster. Because I was really captivated yesterday, and as I reminisce about some other things, on how when I was focusing on my stuff, I was more focused listening to hip hop. I was listening to hip hop music and I'm jamming. Before I knew it, it was 6-7 hours later. And I'm like, huh? With all that in my ear, how could I be so focused on what I was doing? And I'm like, man, they ought to make that a frequency. They got frequency music for this and frequency music for that. But it's something about the energy of the hip hop that I feel so rejuvenated. And after I do my thing or whatever, I'm still riding on that vibe. So when it comes time for me to start getting dressed, here we go again. So the divine's like, told me to turn on Mary J. Blige. So I turned on Mary J. because Mary J. was also a part of my first little experience when I had this urgency or this, I should say, this energetic vibe and thrive to go to the hip hop music to get my focus on, to get my mojo on, right? I mean, everybody from Biggie Small, Tupac, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, the whole 9 yards. I was jamming. So when I go to get dressed, the spirit's like, turn on Mary J. So I turn on Mary J. And then after Mary J., then the funeral, the homegoing for Nipsey was on, and his mother spoke, and then there was Snoop Dogg. Now, okay, Snoop Dogg was speaking, and he's talking about the love and the inspiration that Nipsey had in his life. And then I'm reminded of when it came time for me to be I remember having an issue because I was raised in the church, and there were all of these rules and regulations and things that I had to abide by. And I used to tell people, I don't know, but it seemed like the closer I get to God, the more I want to curse. Some people used to say that I would curse with such elegance. That I had a smooth way of saying what I had to say, but I said it. And even if I said it, you were still inspired. People would even say, you know, my surrogate family, Auntie, you need to be live, man. You know, they loved the way I would talk, because sometimes I might say 2 words or what, that was just me. I remember the one morning that the divine started talking to me, like, I mean, it was, I don't want to say intrusive because intrusive, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, it was just like really serious, like really talking to me as I began to accept my authenticity. Spirit said to me, talking to me about the profanity, and let me know I don't have a problem with that. You all made those words up, you know, look at it as passion. And 2 people that was brought up in that conversation by the divine was Snoop Dogg and Cardi B. And ask me, how do you think they made it? How do you think they made it? So I answered the question. I mean, they're real. Cardi B specifically is what I focused on. And I was like, well, Cardi B is real. I mean, that's why she made it, because she was like so real about her story. She was real about whatever she did. And she, you know, hey, no, unapologetically so. God was like, right. Like, that's what God loves, is the authenticity. You'd be surprised. The alchemy that I've birthed from going through what I've been through and meeting my shadow is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because I've been able to understand anger, and really to fall in love with that person who portrays to be that for anybody. Understanding those who are dealing with that, but more importantly, understanding and connecting with my soul and all the lives that my soul has lived before me. And with that has come a great responsibility, and it has given me so much love. So much love. 4 books and an epic podcast that portrays all these characters that came out of me, never written, I could have never planned it. And hell, I didn't even know I acted, you know, like that, you know, or anything. I didn't know. Songs, and I even understood and gained knowledge about evolution, emancipation, encounters from the other side, and so many different things. This has been a unified effort in the spirit realm for me to be here today. I'm a perfectionist. And there's so much that's been in the works, and I've said, well, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to, because I got to have this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah done. And what the divine was showing me, girl, first of all, it's not about you. Hello. It's not about you. I told you that in the beginning. This is not about you. And your children must experience it too. And the bigger mission is, it's about our souls. The healing of our souls. For us coming into our freedom. The truth of who we truly are. That truth, that part. The part that brings you to the experience of, I don't give a fuck what you think. The divine is bringing us to a place where it's right now. There's going to be a defining line in the sand. The ideas that we've had of heaven and hell and how we get there and true happiness and what is that and is it, hell, if we're supposed to be like God, what the hell going on? Can we please somebody be happy for real? What is it all about? Guys, I'm looking for my glasses because I got to read something. So, there we go. So, what is it all about, really? What is it? In Convos with God, one of the alchemy treasures that is available for pre-order right now. It'll be released in March. In Convos with God, the divine really reveals the truth. The divine lets us know how the divine was created, how did it really start? Because I ask those questions like, come on now, for real. Where you come from? Where you be? You just came up in the sky. I know you just was, and I know I just am. But for real though, for real, come on, God. Come on now. What's up? For real. Yeah, I went all the way there, and God answered the question. God, I said, well, yeah, hasn't somebody else asked that before? Yeah, but just like you asked me the first time and you just let it go and you went with I am and you went on, so did they. So here you are again, and you got some more questions, some more answers for you. So it's been amazing how I was, oh my God, caressed through my healing process, understanding and accepting the truth of all of me. God would let me cry, and I'd cry, and God would show me all this stuff and the truth of everything and everybody around me, and I'm like, what, are you serious, God? Is this that? And Spirit would show me, and it was that little nudge, like, okay, all right, baby, you about like, we got to get back to it. We got to get back to the desk, okay? You've been crying about 20 minutes. You're done. Let's go. And then I would forget all about it. And before you knew it, it was gone. And, it was just like, oh, man, I'm really happy. I'm like really experiencing happiness because I intentionally allowed myself to cry, allowed myself to accept the room I was standing in. Like, come on, girl. And even that day when the divine said, I need you to leave. Like, it was funny because like 2 weeks before that, I don't want to like give parts of the book away, but about 2 weeks, 2 months before that, I remember the divine saying to me, pack your bags. For about it was packing it for a week. No, yeah, for a week. So I'm thinking, oh, this is great because, I've been doing this, like I was every day, just God and I. And you guys have to go and listen to the other videos. I'm not going all into how everything shook, okay? Just go listen to it, okay? That part. So anyway, so the divine told me to do that, but then when the divine told me to do that, I did it. I thought I was going on vacation. I didn't know I was going to the streets, okay? I didn't know I was going to the streets, but the divine was taking me to the streets. So it was that moment after 8.5 months, August 2024, when the Spirit said to me one day, Leave it all and go now and don't look back. What? But I can't tell you. That was the best. Man, I can't even. Do you know it was the most peaceful experience when I first left there? It was like I couldn't even explain the peace. Yeah, I cried at the top of my winding stairs, and I'm thinking, are you serious? For what? What did you just leave it all? I went to go grab one of my favorite sweater. I went to go grab my favorite sweater. And he said, leave it. Go now and don't look back. A couple of things happened in there. My life was saved. And I had this idea. Save his place. Remember when I did that video? In this whole wide world. That part is in the will of God. Come on now. But what is the will? Oh, trials be great. Come on now. Don't get me to singing. I didn't know what that song really meant till I went out to them streets. But anyways, when I went out to the streets though, but I had so much fun. Did you happen to know that in the clouds, those aren't just clouds? I've got some pictures that'll blow your mind. The messages that the divine gave me in the sky. Smiley faces and I'm telling. Hey, look, you don't have to believe me. You can go and look at it. I got it online. Go ahead and look, check it out. Telling you what I know. Seriously? Beautiful. Every picture that you see from the books, everything. Those were pictures that I took when I was in them streets. Those were pictures that I took. And the divine would say, take a picture of that right there. I even saw a sacrificial lamb where the blood was dripping. Come on now. All of that. Pictures of it. You would never believe. Sometimes pictures came up and there was nothing there. I was wondering, what was I taking a picture for? I look at the camera and it's a whole dang on life out there in the sky. There's more to life than what we think. And all of this time, when God said to me that God was gaslit like I was, what you mean? It's personal. Like, what you mean? He was gaslit. Where they do that? Who gaslit God? You know what I'm saying? All for the gain of themselves now. So, hey, it's true through the religion and things of that nature. God is very adamant. The divine is saying, some people gonna take it and some people not. Some people will just come along with the freedom. How about this? Some people will accept the truth of my love and my freedom for the sake of their own peace. And some may not. Maybe you'll just have to in the next lifetime. I mean, I'm just saying. But the divine is very serious. Because it's time. You know what it's time for? It's time for us to create the new earth. Yeah. How about that? Heaven on earth is going to be it is our responsibility. And there's a plan in place. The divine is. I've been working very diligently on how this message will roll out and all of that. So it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'm ready. Eyes ready. Are you ready? Eyes ready. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready, but I'm ready because I'm ready for a change. I mean, hell, the way we've been doing it all of this time, really. The way we've been doing it all this time, it has really not gotten us anywhere. Am I right about it? You know I'm right. Guys, don't worry about my glasses. All right. Again, I'm in the fire if I don't give up. What you think? Okay, so anyway, this is just something that, a brief conversation that I had with God. I've been doing a lot of writing in the books and all of that. And some great things, creative pieces that have come out. I remember when the divine said to me, "You will fall and rise before men. It's not about you, and your children must experience it too." That was 2009, right after the recession, when I lost everything. God had to kick me off that mountaintop because I was like, what the hell? I'm a ride or die type chick. What you mean? Okay, so anyway, I'm going to read this little dialogue. It was a minute after I had done it that I even realized that the next piece that I had written was actually part of this dialogue. So here we go. The truth of how life, us, God, really works. Who are we? What was God's intention with us from the start? Why is happiness the grandest desire amongst us all? But how to find it remains the biggest secret, a pie in the sky. The more rare find. Try to find it if you must. Suffer yourself the trouble. If I were you in your image, talking to God, this is my conversation. Why can't we find you? Aren't you happy, God? Why has this been some rare find, a jewel amidst the sky? For centuries, we have cried, seeking truth, looking for the golden child. Happy. Where is she? Where can we find her? They say inside me, but there I cry. What are we missing about this thing called life? They say all things are an illusion. When my pain, I see now, the struggles, the wars, where people die. In the mind, our secret closets are instantly sedated, so the war continues. The battle's no longer afar. God, we need you. Or is it us missing it all? Here with no answers because the vicious cycle is running alone. With no charger, no need. It runs and cries alone. We have become death to our soul, and we've naturally shut our mind's door. Speak, God, speak. Where can I find you? Happy today? We need you in this dark place. And as I write, very quickly, my hands are kind of moved in its own direction. I really have, it's a resistance because I'm wondering where this message is going at the time that I wrote this. But I realized this was the reply. Knowledge is not just powerful, it is critical for the cease of your demise. See the destruction of your world? This you only see because of knowledge you were not aware. Shaped in a web of familiar wounds, you escaped the war to go within to an even greater war without your knowing. Today, I offer you freedom that is without war, the usual pain that you've suffered inside. Let go and I'll show you the truth your soul's been forced to ignore. Step freely into the secret place with me, and happy you will find me, and me you will never leave. I have never been a secret. They just lied to you about me. But that, my dears, is the lie that you are now truly free from. I suffered rather than endured a relationship's scare to heal a nation, a bloodline's repair, chains broken in the end that I had not known, was not aware, not even aware, and was never my ultimate care I had to bear. I don't know this part right here, that we ended it actually at, but that, my dears, is the lie that you are now truly freed from. That's the part that God ends on there. And then I went into some other conversation with just writing notes myself, but listen. It's time. What? God wants leaders everywhere to let God's people go. They're not your trouble to bear. They're not your trouble to bear. Oh, well, let me see something here. Something is, the Spirit is guiding me. We're going to find out who our new leaders are in some of these spaces, what the divine has put in place. And I'm going to tell you, it's not within the four walls of religion and things of that nature that we've been accustomed to. Today, I realized that I didn't have to suffer if I believed in myself truly in the beginning, if I had boundaries in the beginning, if I just got